Nintendo just uploaded a video damage controlling Sonic Racing Crossworld sales. That's funny. That is funny. Wow. Like amazing. So like yeah, the Sonic fanboys are in full damage control. The narrative is that the game did not do poorly and that R- Crossworlds did outperform Mario Kart World, even though Sega has confirmed that it hasn't. That it's been underwhelming. It's just come the fuck on. It's embarrassing. So yeah, in order to shit talk Sonic Racing Cross Worlds more effectively, I have decided to go ahead and play it. This is something that I personally deeply resent. This is something I'm angry about, but it must be done because I am the Nintendo Glazer. Okay, I am the person that Nintendo is making videos on right now. So yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck your shoes. Fuck your shitty voice. Fuck the Muppet. Like I am gonna play this game and demonstrate that this is complete crap. Yeah, look at how garbage it looks. Wow. So it looks cheap. It's cheesy. The intro movie is bad. Who even are these characters? So you have Sonic, Dark Shot Sonic, Red Shot Sonic, Miles. You have Amy, Sonic's girlfriend. Let's see. Yeah, the crocodile that nobody knows. Like Silver the Hedgehog. Wow. Who the hell is that? Wow. There's no one in the audience other than Chow's. I love how Sonic games don't even have good music anymore. Yeah, absolute slop. Okay. So Demish was trying to glaze this game a while back, and it kind of pissed me off because, like, everyone else is like shit talking Mario Kart World and like downplaying Air Riders, and like, Demish is just sitting there like, oh, this game isn't that bad, guys. Unbelievable. Yeah, so we're gonna have to demonstrate this. This is the first Sonic racing game I've played since Transformed. So let's see, should I throw? Okay. Grand Prix. Okay, I guess you have to play it once. Who the hell is this douchebag? Didon Paw. 7 Grand Prix in all. Some Formula races, trophy rivals. A super racer. Sega hired actual musicians. I know, right? Title screen isn't an open world. Ugh. Yeah, who are we playing as? Knuckles, Amy, Cream and Cheese, Big, Blaze, Zaz, Zavik. Who the fuck gives a shit about Zaz or Zavik? Really? Charmy, nobody cares. Espio, my guy Espio. That's classic Metal Sonic. Sage, who the hell is Sage? Jet, everyone hates him. Wave, who the fuck is Wave? And then Storm. Who are these people? Okay, I guess I'm gonna be my guy Espio, like the only good character in Sonic. Okay, Speed, Dark Reaper. Yeah, we'll just do whatever. So look at how cheap this is. Class Select, Sonic Speed. Uh, Steering Assist. So it has that on by. Is this Crossworlds? Yes, this is Crossworlds. I went ahead and picked it up. So, um, like purely by coincidence, this is the same day where Sega confirmed this thing did not sell very well. So, that is glorious, and I'm very very excited to see this get called out for what it is. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah. MK8 looks better in this. Yeah, okay.
I get the picture. But your bold claim rings hollow, as I will be ahead of you the entire way.
What? I don't understand why these games have voice acting because like they're always so cringe and badly written. Okay. Game speed by using air. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna destroy Mario Kart. Okay. Wait a minute. This is structured just like look at this. Yeah, so this is on the Switch too, and you can kind of already see like frame rate problems. Yeah, it looks like shit. Yeah, it has a ton of frame rate problems. What the hell is this? Oh wait, no. Oh wait. Oh, this is the Switch One version. That's right. Okay. I'm just like, why does it look so shit? Yeah. Okay. So I got the Switch One version, but I'm just playing it on a Switch Two. Okay. I'm just like, yeah. Why does it look so choppy? Okay. But yeah, even if it's a Switch One version, it still looks and plays worse. Well, first of all, this version of the game should not have existed. And second of all, like it still looks and plays worse than Mario Kart 8. Yeah, this entire track is just a ripoff of there we go. Okay. Yeah, the transitions are shit. Look at this. Look at how bad the visual effects are. What the hell were they thinking? Yeah, dinosaurs. Whoa, it's just like Mario Kart World, only not cool. Yeah, it's shocking how much better Mario Kart 8 is than this. And of course, like, yeah, yeah, this is not competing with World. This is not competing with World. Yeah, the trick system is garbage. Yeah, they really tried selling you on this idea that like this was some amazing game, but it's just not really. Yeah, items are pretty much useless. Yeah, cruising, it does. Like again, I've never understood this idea that like Sega makes good racing games because they fucking don't. Yeah, it does kind of feel like cruising actually. Yeah. So this is the game that supposedly was gonna destroy Mario Kart World, right? And like it's clunky, it looks bad, the tracks aren't fun, the mechanics aren't interesting, the character roster sucks. So I'm not a big fan of any of these characters. I only picked Espio out of nostalgia.
Ultimate ninja power.
Yeah, I agree. So that's always the cope when it comes to like Switch games is that like, well, the console's underpowered, but then you have other games on the same console that look way better than this. Like they deliberately tried to sabotage this game by releasing it first. Okay, so if you weren't paying attention to what they tried to do, they released this version alongside the PlayStation and Xbox versions, and they didn't release the Switch 2 version until like October. So for some reason, we had to wait another 4 months for like a better version of the game on Nintendo consoles. So it's like they were doing that thing where they were trying to steer people towards PlayStation and Xbox, but by that point, the hype for the game had already died. So nobody gave a fuck when this came out. Blaze came in second. Yeah, she's gonna be my second choice. Okay. They sabotaged the Switch 2 version. Yeah, the Switch 2 version too. I was wondering about that. Like, how bad is the Switch 2 version? So like, I found it laughable how like people try to say this was better than Mario Kart. Like 5 years from now, like people aren't even gonna remember this came out. I remember when like Transformed came out, and the narrative for like a couple of months was that it was way better than Mario Kart World, and of course like nobody fucking remembers that game anymore. It's just Yeah, that's not how planes work. So like he's drifting in the air. Like that's how you
I misjudged.
Yep, it's a rip off of the bullet bill. Yep, it works exactly the same way.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yeah, like Sonic has no like recognizable like iconography. You have like a handful of characters that have been around forever, but for the most part, like it's kind of crazy how like characters that debuted in Lost World are still kind of irrelevant today. You know, it's just like why the fuck do they keep trying to make Zavik into a thing? It just people see that guy and they're just like, who the hell is this? Yeah, this isn't fun. Like I don't understand like the narrative that this game is like some masterpiece. It's a masterpiece again. You know what? Diddy Kong Racing has better flying than this. Holy shit! It's the Salamanders from Gradius 3. We are doomed. Wait, was that a ghost? No. And it steals items for you? No. No fucking way. They can't they can't be that desperate. They can't be that devoid of ideas. Like they really did it. Holy fucking shit. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy. Yeah, the Donkey Kong racing minigame in Bonanza is better than this. Yeah. Holy fucking shit, that was bad. Like, holy fucking shit, that was awful. And like, people are wondering why this game didn't sell. Like, it just Nintendians trying to blame like Nintendo fans for this, but it's like, no, it's because the game sucks. Like, this game's on Nintendo hardware. Like, hypothetically, what would we have against this game? Yeah, Sega's on the way out. Like Sonic failed, Yakuza 3 is gonna fail. People are spurging out about Yakuza these days. Yeah, this is some discount bullshit. Wait, why do they have the red ring system from Lost World? I love how like the 10-year anniversary of like Lost World came and went, and like nobody gave a fuck. Like, remember when that game was supposed to be better than 3D World? Like, I guess nothing changes, but like, but again, this is why I never want to like hear from Sonic fans ever again. Like, this is like absolute slop, and yet we were told we were
Focus.
told this
Their
was gonna
next
outperform
title.
Mario Kart. And like people tried to like gaslight us and say it like it never happened. But like no, that was like the common consensus for a while. Nickelodeon card is better. I would not doubt it, to be honest with you. Nintendo is played by Sega. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, the mechanics feel bad. It feels clunky. Like it outperformed Mario Kart, didn't age well. Like that. The instant the game came out, like it became apparent that wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be true, and yet like people have been clinging on to it forever. Yeah, Sonic's done. Like it's never coming back for this. I am never letting them live this down. Like I am so tired of this IP, and I'm so tired of like how the fans act. You know, just today I got into an argument with someone on Twitter who tried to tell you that who was trying to tell people that Genesis outsold Super Nintendo in the States. And first of all, that's not true. But second of all, like Genesis had a 2-year head start on Super Nintendo anyway. So it's like, oh yeah, it sold more in 1990. Wow, the year it just before the Super Nintendo came out. It's just like, what are you talking about? It's just Garfield card. Yeah, I actually said that. Is that like I genuinely think Garfield Kart is probably better than this. Like, at least you have actually recognizable characters, you know? Same with, like, Nickelodeon Kart. Like, I guarantee you that, like, kids are more familiar with, like, Nickelodeon characters. Like, Avatar The Last Airbender, you know, like, Nickelodeon 20 years ago is better than, like, Sonic was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, 20 years ago, we got, like, Sonic 06, and, like, you know, Nick was in its prime. It just put out, like, Avatar The Last Airbender, right? You know, it was like, yeah, Nick was like killing it around that period. So like, yeah, Fairly Odd Parents was in its golden age. Uh, yeah, Nickelodeon's better than this. Like, people actually recognize the characters. Maybe not today. Maybe modern Nick is shit. Like, it's so weird. Like, I keep watching animation YouTubers like say that the Loud House fell off, and I'm just kind of like, I wasn't aware that was a thing to begin with.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yeah, three drifts, just like Mario Kart. So it really does just play like a shitty Mario Kart, and like the crossworld aspect doesn't really lean much into anything. It's basically just baked into the track design. It's not like you're dropping down into a completely different track. It's just like it's just a pointless gimmick that doesn't add anything. Like Mario Kart is way more impressive. Okay. Just barely eked out a second place win. Okay. No, this is the
No
Switch One version.
complaints.
But yeah, it's bad. It looks bad. I don't even understand why they even produced like a Switch One version when it plays this badly. Like, I don't understand why they had to put this out the same year as Mario Kart World. Like, can they not like get any relevancy unless people are trying to say it's gonna be better than Mario Kart? Like, it's so weird how Sonic always seems to coincidentally launch like the same year as a Mario game. Like, remember when Superstars came out and we were like supposed to care care about it when Wonder like it's just like yeah, I'm done. I hate this shit. Yeah, Sonic was never good. This is just yeah. The last one we got was like what Frontiers. That was like 5 years ago, I think. It's been a while. And like I remember when that was coming out, and people were like seriously like acting like it was going to be some huge deal, and of course it collapsed. I think what they eventually settled on was this idea that like the writing was way better, but it's not. Like, oh, but it references the comics. Yeah, nobody fucking cares. I can't imagine like giving a shit about Sonic comics. Like that's just my thing about it. Like I don't even like fucking superhero. Why the fuck would I give a shit about super fast hedgehogs? Like I don't understand the appeal. Like this is such a low quality brand, and yet like for some reason, certain people are just obsessed over it. Yeah, I'm sure it's not the Switch 2. Because like Mario Kart 8 looks way better than this, right? So like, wait a minute, is this the same track as last time? Look at this. They reuse the assets. Okay. So this is my thing about this is that like if they're reusing assets from like track to track, like they cheaped out on this. Like this game's problems have nothing to do with the hardware power. It's because the developers are lazy and stupid. Oh yeah. Ken Penders was such a great artist. Oh man. Yeah, I can't wait to read everything he ever created for the Sonic comics. I hear he's beloved by the community. Uh, this isn't fun.
Not bad. No complaints.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have beaten Storm. Like maybe you had to like trick out your ride. So I think one of the appeals of this game is that you're supposed to like trick out your car. The Switch 2 version, I borrowed this from the library, so I didn't pay for this. I didn't check to see whether it was the Switch 2 version. I forgot about it. So yeah, I didn't want to pay for it. So I just got it at the library. So yeah, there were a lot of games I didn't want to pay for that I put on hold. So we're just going through all of them. Hatsune Miku, what is she a Sega brand? Oh no, this fucking insult. Okay, no, fucking bullshit. Do you really think Sonic fans are gonna play this and get fired up over fucking Ichiban? Do they use they them pronouns for knights yet? I think they do. It's crazy how like nobody fucking gives a shit about any of these Sega characters. So like this is basically like Smash Kart for Sega, but like nobody fucking cares about any of these games. Like, why don't you have like Michael Jackson from Space Channel 5 in this? You fucks, you cowards.
I expect great things from you.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I got a card there, and I was just like looking on the website. I'm just like they have Switch games, so I just started like putting a bunch of shit on hold. And like it's pretty easy to get like some pretty good games. It's been a very generous policy. I'm kind of shocked. You can keep the games longer than like you could when you were renting them from Blockbuster. It's fucking insane. I mean, towards the end, like Blockbuster was like asking you to bring back games in like 2 days, like for new releases. Like I remember I got Kingdom Hearts 2 and I played through like 90% of it in like a weekend, and then I had to take it back, and then I had to buy it so I could finish it, and it was just like it was the stupidest thing in the world. I'm just like I was so pissed. Yeah, it's crazy how that it's been that long since I think we have to play on lower difficulty settings. Okay. Customize your own machine by combining front parts, rear parts, and tires. Whoa, exactly like Mario Kart World. Oh, I see. You can have more customization options. Okay. Paint decal. Okay. So this is the feature that everyone hypes up about this game. Is that like, well, you can trick out your car, bro? Okay, I don't give a shit. Okay. Look at this. So they just add a bunch of other characters. Okay, Tangle. Who the fuck is Tangle? Whisper. Who the fuck is Whisper? I. Who the fuck is that? Steve. What's with all these irrelevant Smash Bros. Characters? So you have like literally three of the worst Smash Bros. Characters in this game. You know, Sonic, Joker, and Steve. Oh, and Pac-Man too. I don't know. Holy fucking shit! Yeah, this game is pure trash. Pure trash. I mean, I hope Sonic is out of the next Smash Bros. I hope to Sakurai that like he has the sense to like get this fucking blue rat out of this game because it's just it's obnoxious.
Ready.
It is so obnoxious to like see people continue to pretend that Sonic is like a relevant video game icon.
Let's begin.
Yeah, this is really dumb. Yeah, we need to play some good games. I haven't played anything good.
You hide and strike from the shadows. Such cowardice cannot overcome my might, let alone win this
So
race.
they have dialogue options.
There's always pride before the fall. Prepare to taste the bitterness of defeat.
Yeah, I don't understand what game journals were trying to accomplish by going after Mario Kart World. Because if you remember, they went after Cereza and the Lost Demon too, and that game was kind of buried. But like World is not going to be buried, so I think the Mario Kart World being booed thing is going to follow them for a long time. Like, and again, I've been saying this for a while. Like, the Game Awards is corrupt. Like why the fuck should we ever care about what happens there? It's like, oh, they booed Mario Kart at the Game Awards. Who cares? Like, it doesn't mean anything. It means game journals are fucking retards. Like, they booed Cereza for not making her a lesbian. I love how Jean isn't even in that, like, Lost Origin that much. Yeah, Lost Origin is, Origin is amazing if you've never played it. Highly recommend it. It might be the last really good game Platinum ever make, but well, I mean, I hear Ninja Gaiden 4 is good, but yeah, this is fucking stupid. Are any of these tracks even based off of other Sega franchises? So do we have Ichiban but no Kuryu? That's like straight up like right getting Raiden and not Snake tier. That's just fucking insane. Yeah, this isn't fun. It looks like shit. It plays like shit. Yeah, they cheered Sonic. Yeah. 1080. Yeah, the snowboarding game is better than this. That looks like Mario Kart. Man, I'll be glad when like we move past this period where people are still trying to gaslight you that Sonic was a big brand in the 90s. It wasn't. Like nobody fucking cared. Like you just had a bunch of man children who just never grew up who obsessed over it. Uh that's the core audience of this for this shit. Disgruntled Sonic fans. Really? Yeah, no, Jeff is having these problems with like crazy fucking people. How'd they even get in? Like, surely they're not industry professionals. Oh, oops. You know, Mario Kart World has those cool trick systems, and this doesn't have anything like that. You know, when the trick system came out, like people love to say that like it didn't add anything to the game and that it was lazy, but it's like, man, I miss it playing this. It's getting kind of cold. Let me turn the heat back on. Yeah, you have to turn the heat off when I'm working out. That bitch. Okay. Yeah, this is boring. I am already bored to tears of this. Like, I'm ready to stop. How about you guys? I'm so glad I don't have to pay money for shit like this now. I'm saving so much money. I managed to optimize my grocery bills.
But it's not
I've
over.
managed to like figure this out. I'm eating out less. You know, I'm making more money on YouTube, selling more books. Like, I don't know, man. Game of the year to Sonic in '91. That is embarrassing. Yeah, the same year we got Mario World and fucking like A Link to the Past. So Sonic One, are you serious? Like EGM was a joke. Like I don't say this like a lot because like nobody fucking remembers EGM, but they are probably one of like the biggest proponents of like Nintendo hate in the '90s. Because like whenever you see people like have some hot take about Nintendo, it's usually coming from them actually. So yeah, they were scum. Sean Baby can go fuck himself. I think he's a fucking like 50-year-old boomer who will never relive his 20s. I think he has shit taste in games. I don't think anyone cares what he says or does. Uh,
Foolish and predictable.
yeah, talk about irrelevant gaming personalities. Who do you know who even like remembers who Sean Baby is? A victory last trip? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I saw Nintendo was doing damage control for this, so I think we're gonna stop playing the gameplay stream and like go ahead and do like a reaction stream to that because I think that video just went up. So, But yeah, this is fucking unplayable. It really is that bad. I wasn't being hyperbolic about this. Uh, this really is like a train wreck, and the fact that like so many people came out and tried to say it was not only a good game, but it was better than Mario Kart World is just laughably stupid. Like this is absolutely one of the stupidest things I've seen in recent memory. It's embarrassing. Didn't Mario World come out in 91? Yeah, so like EGM is claiming that Sonic the Hedgehog is better than Mario World, which was that was actually a very common take at the time. And in hindsight that's really absolutely 100% not true. But like the reason why they tried to push that narrative was to try and legitimize Sonic and downplay Nintendo. So yeah, like absolutely, the initial game turtle reaction was that Sonic the Hedgehog was game of the year 91, and that like Mario and Zelda couldn't compete. That is ridiculous, and like it should get called out for what it is. It's just pure industry corruption. But anyway, uh, Nintendo's modus operandi is just outright denying the truth and pretending it doesn't exist. Like he does 20-minute long videos refuting like facts and ranting and raving about shit that doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So I got my games. Okay. Yeah, I was actually watching Sir Musty, um, before I went live, and he says that Nintendo Land is probably the most hated YouTuber right now. But like everyone in the chat came out and was like, "No, I think I think Nintendo is worse." Like I think pretty much everyone thinks that. Uh, let's see today. Okay, big Nintendo Direct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, what's this, huh? Oh, thanks for the donut. So Sonic 1 was the Expedition 33 of the 90s. Yes, absolutely. So like, okay. So I've made my position on this clear several times. Maybe I should like make a video about this, but like Sonic absolutely 100% is that game. Like, I'm not memeing about this. Like, it's the same fucking tactic of just hyping up this random fucking thing that's supposed to dethrone Nintendo and like it's supposed to be the cool new thing. And like people in the 90s bought it. People in the 90s really thought Sonic was this huge cultural phenomenon because of the ads, and they just went crazy and they started hating Nintendo. Like it's kind of crazy when you go back and look at the culture, like that Adam Sandler movie where that kid goes like, Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis is the greatest game ever made. Like he specifically says the Genesis version. And I'm just like, he doesn't say the arcade, he doesn't say Nintendo. It's like it's very, very very, very deceptive. Honestly. It's almost like they're pushing an agenda. Today I had a few races with full lobbies in Mario Kart World. The quote that no one plays the game anymore is a lie. Absolutely. Like people were saying that at launch, that like nobody was playing this fucking game. Like I think DSP was trying to say that, and it's just so laughably stupid. But like yeah, like this is how it's always gone. This isn't a new thing. Like this is all game journals are doing are just repeating uh old talking points in the 90s. Like Sonic was the original Expedition 33. It was the original Baldos game. It was the original Nintendo killer. Like I don't know if there's like anything earlier than Sonic. I think in the 80s it was more like, Ultima fans and like kind of denied and Atari fans, arcade players who were in denial that Nintendo was taking over the industry, but like Sonic is kind of like the codifier for how this operation works. Really, it's just a gigantic cope. It's just a gigantic cope. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think anything interesting happened today. Let's see. I'm doing some looking. Uh,
Oh, man.
okay. Switch streams. Okay. All right. Let's see what Nintendo Arlo has to
Man,
say.
I'm about to have so much fun with this video.
Oh. So this is what the game
There
looks
is
like on.
perhaps nothing out there more enjoyable than correcting misinformation. Especially when that misinformation comes from viable sources and overconfident Nintendo White Knights in particular. So I have a general rule here. I don't normally ask you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I don't ask you guys to hype my videos. But I do have an exception. When there is misinformation being spread around, I do request that we push these videos out for the public to see. This is
He is coping. He is coping. Okay. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds did not do as well as Mario Kart World or Kirby Air Riders. That is a fact. You know, this was hyped up to be the next big like Mario Kart killer. That's a fact. So like, how is he gonna deflect this? What's he gonna do? Like, is he gonna do that thing where like Sonic fans pretend that they didn't start the rivalry? Like, is he gonna do that thing where like he pretends Mario Kart World somehow lost money? Like, is he gonna like do anything but face the facts? Like, I'm very curious about this,
a
but
discussion that is currently sitting at the top of the r/Nintendo subreddit, which means it is currently the topic that is the most loved by Nintendo fans on their main subreddit. And we all know how Reddit works with Nintendo.
okay, never. Why are you on Reddit, first of all? And second of all, like, it was just a topic of the day. Okay, like it was the big news story today. You know, people laughed about it and then they moved on. It's not a big deal. It's not like, you know, what Sonic fans do where they spend 30 years trying to gaslight you that, like, well, Sonic the Hedgehog was the game of the year of 91 and the Genesis outperformed the Super Nintendo that year because, you know, it was on the market for 2 years longer. Like, they can't. Like, it's just a giant. Who cares? Okay, is what I have to say. Like, oh man, Nintendo fans are just bullying Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Yes, absolutely. After the shit you pulled, you deserve to be bullied.
Fans especially. Even the subreddits that are supposedly critical of Nintendo are actually major Switch 2 White Knights whose
What?
idea of criticism
Because Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is just a bad game. Okay, it really is the Power World of like kart racers now. Where like you have something that's like a direct knockoff, something that's like very uninspired, that has nothing going for it, that's mechanically broken, that looks and plays like shit, that looks worse than a decade-old Wii U game. Like, you have this complete disaster of a game, and of course there's going to be backlash to it. Like, most of the people who hate Sonic have nothing to do with Nintendo or the Nintendo fan base. Like, blaming Nintendo fans for Sonic being shit is it's just a cope. It's a projection, okay? Like, this is how you treat Nintendo fans.
of Nintendo is complaining that something costs so much while they have to buy it day one. That's Nintendo criticism on Reddit. But I wouldn't be making an entire video just to call out Reddit for being incorrect. NintendoLife.com has an article with the same subject. Again, is there a bigger Nintendo glazing website than NintendoLife.com? That's where they all congregate. MyNintendoNews.com, another very popular website that more often than not is used as a primary source for Switch 2 White Knights. And likewise with NintendoEverything.com.
Okay. So this is funny. I don't use any of those websites. I don't trust them. I call them out all the time. This idea that we rely on them is retarded. Okay, like, it's not coming from the web. The information is not coming from the websites. It's coming from directly from Sega. Sega announcing the sales numbers.
Discussed in some of the most popular forums that glaze and White Knight for Nintendo like nobody.
Is that Reset Era or like Nintendo, like Reset Era or NeoGaf or like the Famicom board? Like, all of those websites are trash.
You could imagine, like Resetera.com. And of course, it's
Oh, Reset Era. Wow. Okay, so if you don't know anything about Reset Era, it's like the knockoff NeoGaf that was like formed after the SJWs were kicked out and purged. Um, Nobody cares about Reset Era. Okay, they're pure trash. They have no influence. Nobody goes there. Nobody posts there. It is just a giant circle jerk. Like, fuck Reset Era.
also prompting people to come to my channel and go to my old videos and make incorrect assessments about how my videos aged like milk. And
Wow, he is so He is so salty that people are like calling him out on his bullshit. Like he really likes to pretend he's like some really good business analyst, like he's like Nintendo Forecast or some shit. But like in actuality, he's just a grifter who just tries to hop onto like every single trend imaginable. Like and again, he's like downplaying the actual point. You know, like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds did not meet sales expectations. That's just the reality of it.
I love when they do this. Now, the reason I am highlighting all of this is because these are all of the same outlets that incorrectly think that the Nintendo Switch 2 actually had a good holiday season.
Oh no, Nintendine, you're the wrong one who's wrong about that. You're the one who's coping. You're the one that's seething. Like, oh man, they actually think the Switch 2 had good holiday season. Well, probably because they announced the numbers and it did do well. Okay. Actually, by the way, my Nintendo stock went up today by like 5%. So, like, yeah, the whole cope that like Nintendo is dying or that they're declining or that they're struggling or that something's going wrong, like it's all falling apart now, right? It's all collapsed and like you keep seeing these guys come out and make these wild
The
statements.
same groups of individuals that think that the discounts that the Nintendo Switch 2 has seen all year were not because of slow sales. The same people that think that the only reason anybody makes videos against Nintendo is because they're PlayStation fans. They're the same ones that can't differentiate launches aligned for consoles when one of them, the Switch 2, is inevitably going to lead if you're looking at just the first 7 months because it's the first console to actually reach its holiday season. They're the same ones that completely ignore that every other console launch had stock limitations through most of its first year. And most importantly, they're the same ones that do not know the difference between what was shipped and what was sold. And their best rebuttal to the entirety of this video, as well as every other video, is simply to comment fastest selling console. And I'm sharing the sources and links of
Bro. They're having their investors meeting like this month, I think. Like they're going to be talking about the sales numbers like very soon. Like you're going to have people on this video telling you that like your take aged like milk. Okay? Like we already have strong indications that the Switch 2 did well this holiday season. We know games did well. We know the console's doing well. Like everything you're doing is a complete cope. You do not have a source for your claims. Like they're all fraudulent.
where they get their information from. Here's another one, nintendowire.com. The sources of these information is important for me to put out there because they are the same ones that have been completely making
They are not the sources, you idiot. Hang on, let me check this. Let me check. Okay. Hang on. I think that's a little bit zoomed in. Like, I hate how I can't see my face. Okay. Okay, we are okay. So it's not the fuck. Okay. So my Nintendo News.com, my Nintendo News. Deadline says there could be a Mario Galaxy trailer, Sonic Animated Series. Sonic said okay. So okay. So okay. Sega says Sonic Racing Cross Worlds failed to meet sales expectations. Okay. Yeah, Sega says, let's see. Uh yeah, where's the source at? Did he not link the fucking actual statement? Idiot. Let's see. Again, this is why I don't like these websites, is that they are unreliable. So like Nintendo is right about that, but like this is something, let's see. Okay, Sonic, okay. Yeah, Sega has released its latest financial report confirming that despite strong critical reception, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has failed to meet the company's expectations. The quote from Koichi Fukasawa, director of the board and senior executive, can be found on the PDF presentation from the Q2 financials release. So yeah, so there is a fucking source. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, Okay. Okay, so check this out, you fucking dipshit. Okay. So Nintendo Life did not pull this statement out of their asses. Okay. We recently announced that worldwide cumulative sales have surpassed 1 million units. However, initial performance did not meet our expectations, and we are aiming to sell approximately another 1 million units within this fiscal year. Not going to happen. Not going to fucking happen. We aim to sustain long-term sales by encouraging players to enjoy the game over time through the continued support of the title, including ongoing release of additional downloadable content. Yeah, yeah, okay. So like it's just a giant cope. It did not sell well. It did not live up to expectations. It did not do as well as Mario Kart World or Kirby Air Riders, and like they're just kind of coping about it. Like it's just it did not meet their expectations. So yeah, obviously like this is an actual business presentation. They came out and acknowledged that it like underperformed. Uh like that's just the reality of it, you know? Like Nintendo is fucking coping if he genuinely believes that like Nintendo websites pulled this out of their asses. Like it's true.
And spreading completely false misinformation to try and paint the Nintendo Switch 2 in a much more positive light than it actually is.
What?
And it's what all of the Nintendo Switch
But
2 White Knights have
okay. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a kart racing game that is available on Nintendo platforms. This is a game that is on Nintendo consoles. Like, why exactly would people feel the need to like go after this game for any reason other than the fact that like people were coming after them for it? It doesn't make any sense. You know, it's available on the same platform. You know, if it was a good game, people would be excited about it. You know, it's not, but it's not. You know, that's the issue is that we've had to deal with this for the past 6 months or longer, where people have been sitting there and trying to tell you that like more Crossworlds is going to destroy Mario Kart. It's going to be so much better, and then like not only is that not true, it's embarrassingly not true. Like it was just a gigantic cope.
been grasping onto for months. So let's correct this misinformation. So currently, based off of the headlines and based off of the little snippets from this presentation, what people are assuming is that the sales for Sonic Racing Cross World only reached 1 million units actually sold by the end of this last quarter. And they all think that Sega is expecting to sell another 1 million copies of Sonic Racing Cross World through the 2027 fiscal year, which starts in March and goes on for another year beyond that. But for some reason, in most of these articles and most of the posts that are about this article, you have to scroll pretty far down to see somebody point out the truth, and everybody often ignores it. These articles that are being shared today, these posts about Sonic Racing Cross World failing to meet Sega's expectations, these are outdated articles. This was
Outdated articles. Yes, because we knew it failed several months ago. Like Sega just came out and confirmed it with their recent financial reports. What are you talking about? I've known this for months. Like I was talking about this when the game launched on Switch 2, is that it did not leave an impact. You know, I made a video like gloating about it. Like Nintendo like is just completely misrepresenting the situation in which people were reporting on the game not doing well while it was not doing well. And this is just hard confirmation of the fact. Like again, he's trying to spin it as like, well, this isn't new information. We already knew this. No, Nintendo. I knew this. You know, everybody who was saying this knew this, but you were sitting around like trying to gaslight people into thinking this was some major success story. Like, what a joke.
that was made public back in November, early November, at the end of Q2. In fact, even on the source link that is being shared, you could see the website upload/pdf/english/ir/2025 11/7 Q2 presentation. What do you think 11/7 means? It's November 7th, Q2. So right now, a lot of this discussion has people assuming that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is
Okay, so hang on. Preemptive age like milk comment before. So yeah, he is coping.
Q2 presentation. What do you think 11/7 means? It's November 7th, Q2. So right now, a lot of this discussion has people assuming that Sonic Racing Crossworlds is failing despite all of the Black Friday sales charts that it completely topped, or at least it was thereabouts in, and through most of
What top? What are you talking about? Where the fuck is it? Like, yeah, 6. Yeah, topping the charts. No, that is not impressive. Yeah, look at this. He's saying it topped the charts, but it came behind Mario Kart 8. What a fucking retard. Like, oh, it's topping the charts. The only game that beat it was a 10-year-old Nintendo Wii U game. Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Yeah, Mario Party Jamboree outperformed it. Yeah, Mario Galaxy, Kirby Air Riders. Look at this bullshit. Like, is he serious? Is he serious? Yeah, top 10 best-selling games on Nintendo platforms. Yeah. Wow. Fucking insane. Fucking insane. And I think the reason Mario Kart World isn't on here because that was bundled. So that might explain it. Or like maybe people bought it digitally. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is fucking dumb.
December as well. And they also think this data includes Sonic Racing Crossworlds being released on the Nintendo Switch 2. With so many
Yeah, the Switch 2, a console where it completely failed to leave any kind of impact with.
confident people suggesting that it was never going to do well on the Nintendo Switch 2,
Yeah,
because why would it do well on a console that has Mario Kart World? See, they've been waiting for this for a while. They've been waiting for an official way to say that Mario Kart World beat Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Now, I've already made a video about this.
What? We were waiting? Like, you were doing this, like, immediately. What are you talking about? Wow, look at this. Wow, what a giant cope. What a giant cope.
Information, and I made it back in early December after the Game Awards. Feel free to watch that video after this if you'd like. But to give you a quick rundown, this game launched on September 25th. When this report was coming out, it was November 7th, so it was a little over a month. By then, it had reached 1 million units sold already. Now, Sonic and Shadow Generations had surpassed it. It did that 1 million within the first few days, if I'm not mistaken, which is part of the reason why this game failed to meet their initial expectations. But Sonic Racing Crossworlds is the most expensive Sonic game to ever release. It was a spin-off title, and if you wanted the DLC, it was $90. It didn't even release yet on the brand new console that everybody wanted, and even until now, the physical version for the Nintendo Switch 2 has not come out yet. It's only digital right now if you want it on the Switch 2, and Nintendo consoles are often where the Sonic games do the best on. In fact, the Switch 1 version is doing phenomenal. So maybe it didn't meet their expectations for a launch title immediately, but we don't know at all how Sega feels about Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now. In fact, we won't know until about 10 days from now, where we get the next financial report for Sega Sammy. And even when we get that information, nobody ever expects that Sonic Racing Crossworlds would outsell Mario Kart World. I don't think I watched a single YouTube channel.
Oh, look at the cope. Nobody was saying this was going to be better than Mario Kart. Nobody was saying it was going to outsell that game. Like, what? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? That is crazy. Like, again, like, they do this every time. Like, every time, like, Sonic fans do this. Like, they end up, like, getting proven wrong, whether it's, like, Sonic Lost World versus 3D World, or Sonic Racing Transform versus Mario Kart 8, or, like, Sonic Superstars versus Mario Wonder. They keep doing this thing where they're like, oh, Sonic is going to destroy Mario this year, and it just doesn't fucking happen. You know how, like, Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity was, like, doing the same thing, but, like, expecting a different result? Like, he was describing Sonic fans. Like, every time they do this. Like, every single fucking time. It is just unbelievable. Like, and again, like, we really do have to, like, start bringing out the receipts whenever they pull this shit, because they do this every time. Like, every fucking time. Like, oh, I never said that. Nobody said that. Fuck you. You absolutely did.
suggest that. In my video, I was probably the closest to saying it. And I didn't even say I think it would outsell it. I said it would be hilarious if this game outsold Mario Kart World, even though it realistically would not. But
Oh,
everybody on
come
the channel
on.
was like, no, this obviously is not going to outsell Mario Kart World. Nintendo fans will eat up Mario Kart World like it's nothing. But the expectation for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds should not be that it would outsell Mario Kart World. The expectation for people that enjoy Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and there's a lot of people out there that do, is
Nope.
that it is a game
Not on
that
Steam. Like, you can look at the player count. Like, I just saw a video the other day that was talking about how the game is dead. You know, like how you can see the player counts on each platform and how like they're all just nothing. Like, nobody fucking plays this game.
is better than Mario Kart World. And the sentiment online very much supports that. Tonight, if we're lucky
From
when the
who?
Nintendo Quarterly
Who's saying that?
we will get some information about how well Kirby Air Riders.
Like, okay, so he starts off by saying that like nobody said that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is going to outsell Mario Kart, and then he like turns around and tries to say that like, well, but everyone online says the game is better. Like, which is it? Like, what are you talking about?
Was done this past quarter. Imagine it doesn't sell as much as Mario Kart World, and then somebody went out and made a video laughing at Kirby Air Riders, saying that it's terrible because it didn't sell as much as Mario Kart World.
Bro. Were you not paying attention during the build-up to Air Riders release? That was all anybody was doing up until like the end of the second direct. You know, there were so many people clowning on the game for being a sequel to a GameCube game that nobody played, and for being embarrassing, and for being cringy, for being Kirby. You know, like I remember Angry Vigilante Gamer made that video like bitching about how Nintendo was marketing Kirby Air Riders but not Prime 4, right? Like we were seeing so much bitching about Air Riders. Like, and yeah, the idea that like Nintendo sitting there like pretending it didn't happen is just laughably stupid. Like it's just wrong.
That's what this would be the equivalent of. And if anything, there should be more expectations on Kirby to do better than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
It is, yeah.
because that is Kirby, a franchise that sells more than Sonic does. But in both Kirby and Sonic's case,
I love how like Nintendo's actually admitting that Kirby's bigger than Sonic now. That is crazy. And like, yeah. Go if you told a kid in the 90s that like Kirby would end up being better than Sonic, they would just freak the fuck out. Okay? Like 90s kids were like really brainwashed to think Sonic was the shit. They think that like fucking Kirby of all things would surpass it. Like they would not be happy.
it's a spin-off racer where on a year where a Mario Kart game was released, and Mario Kart takes the crown for sales on all of this for the past 3 decades. Why would they even assume that it would outsell this game? Sonic Racing Cross World did not fail to meet Sega's expectations because it did not catch up to Mario Kart World. It performed very well when you consider the context. They just thought it would perform better. But there's also the added benefit when it comes to Sonic games. They knew when they were releasing it, the plan was always that by the holidays, it would be about half the price. And that's what we just saw. It has been regularly in top charts on Circana, on sales in Europe, on Amazon bestseller charts since November when this report came out. Although
I love how people will make conspiracies about like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond costing less on Amazon, but like they'll turn around and try to make like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds look super successful because they gave it a 30% sale off, 30% off. They made it 30% off on Black Friday. Like, don't be ridiculous.
what's funny is people have been trying to shrug off Sonic Racing Cross World's success since the game launched because of petty console warring. The game launched, people immediately started talking about how
yeah, he's gonna blame console warring for a game that's available on Nintendo consoles. You know, I just played it on my Switch too. Okay, the game is shit. You know, like I would have no problem saying it was good if it was actually good, but the reality is it's just pure shit. Like it's just embarrassing.
poorly it sold in Japan in its first week, completely ignoring that Sonic in general does not perform well in Japan.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Pretty much hasn't. Japan doesn't really care that much for Sonic, and they haven't for a very long time. And then after that, they started talking about the Steam charts and how well Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was doing on Steam in the concurrent players. But again,
Yeah,
Sonic, Kart Racers, Steam, it's not its home base. You're basing it off of something that it doesn't usually perform that well on. Like, I'm not saying it's bad,
But, like,
it's good enough.
What is he talking about? Like, oh well, Sonic, it doesn't have an audience on Steam, and that's why it's not doing well. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking
But
about?
that's again just a single outlet of where people are playing it on. And it's often the lowest. I play this game on Steam. When I'm online, most of the other users don't have the PC icon next to their name. Most of them have the controller icon, and I'm willing to wager that most of those controllers are Nintendo controllers. And to add on to that even more, this game gained a decent amount of popularity in the Xbox and the PlayStation worlds. And the Xbox and PlayStation are very digital heavy consoles. And they're also consoles that do not have a kart racer. So when something like Sonic Racing Crossworlds drop, there would be a lot of excitement for them to pick up this game and play it. That's why it's making it into the Circana charts. They don't have a Mario Kart alternative. But for all the charts around the world that only show retail, whether those are European charts or even in Japan, many of those do not show digital sales. So Sonic Racing Crossworlds is still ranking, maybe not on the top 10, but in the top 20, but it doesn't account for the fact that these charts do not include anything digital from PlayStation, from Xbox, and from Steam. The point is that it is way too soon to even make any kinds of assumptions about how well this game is doing. All we know is that prior to the Switch 2 digital release, and prior to this game having its massive price drop and discounts through a very healthy holiday season, while it was simply a spin-off Sonic title and the most expensive Sonic title at the same time, through its first month, it managed to sell 1 million units, which makes it...
Yeah, I love how these people. Okay, so he's seriously going to imply that like the the high price point in okay, he demonizes the high price point for Mario Kart World, right? He hates like the Switch 2's price point, and yet he's gonna turn around and start talking about how Sonic like costs more, and that's like, well, that's why it didn't do as well as it could have. Like, shut the fuck up, Nintendo. Shut up.
second or third behind Frontiers and Shadow Generations, I think, as far as like the first month of a Sonic game goes in the past 20 years. And again, if you can watch my old video if you want a further breakdown on this. But this is the slide that everybody's sharing. This is directly from the slide in regards to the presentation from November 7th. It's highly acclaimed across each rating, sold over 1 million units worldwide. They expect long-term sales through continued provision of additional downloadable content and IP collaborations.
Nope,
This
no.
is very common for Sonic games. The expectation for Sonic games is that they have a much longer, healthy life after the initial launch because they always get a massive price drop. They're kind of an exception to the regular rule for...
What a cope. What a cope. Oh, well, we'll move another million units by slashing the price by half. Like,
most third-party
God,
games. They have an excellent
it's
tail
terrible.
in that they perform much better after the
They've already heavily discounted the game, by the way, so its peak sales period is already long
their
over.
initial launch boost and after all the hype is there, because again, like within the first year, the games are usually half off and they're always regularly on discount through the rest of the console's life. And Sonic is a very recognizable mascot and makes for a very easy gift on pretty much every console, especially during the holiday seasons. This is very normal for them. The presenter goes on to say that we recently announced the worldwide cumulative sales have surpassed 1 million units. However, initial performance did not meet our expectations, and we are aiming to sell approximately another 1 million units within this fiscal year. So this isn't suggesting that the game is going to sell another 1 million units over the next year, which is what everybody is wrongfully assuming. This is saying that they expect to reach another 1 million by the time they hit March of 2026, which is in like a month and a half from now. And to put things into perspective, Sonic and Shadow Generations released in October 25th, 2024. By the time they hit their February quarterly, it was at 2 million units sold. And that was basically a mainline 3D Sonic game that was universally praised, loved by all, only launched at $50, and had discounts through its first holiday season, and it's one of the most popular and recent best-selling Sonic games in like 20 years, and even that game from October through its first holiday season only managed to sell 2 million units. So Sonic Racing Crossroads...
So like, this is my thing. Sonic is a dead IP. Like, the people who grew up with Sonic in the 90s are in their 40s now. You know, nobody looks back on this franchise fondly. It's been bad way longer than it's good. Like, you know, it is essentially a zombie. You know, Sonic really is at its core the video game equivalent of The Simpsons, where like it's cheap and easy to produce, and it has like brand recognition, so people keep making it. But like, you know, the creators aren't passionate about it. They don't make good products. The fans are brain dead. They don't think about what they're consuming. Like, what you're seeing is just a franchise zombie just kind of trudging along based on like past successes. And that's basically what Sonic is. It is the Simpsons of video games. So when you take that into consideration, when you think about this, when you think about like what Sonic has become, like you really do have to accept that like this is a franchise in decline. If you're saying things like, well, 2 million units is one of the best Sonic games in 20 years, like, yeah, because it's a dying franchise. It's a mass. It is nowhere near as big as it was in the 90s. It'll never be like it was in the 90s. And it's time that we just let it die.
Might have not had as strong of a day one as Shadow Generations, and it might take one extra month to do it, but that's outside the holiday season anyway. But in both games' cases, by the time you get to February, they could very well likely both be sitting at 2 million units sold. And we don't even know that number yet because
We don't
we
even
have
know.
not reached the quarterly report that suggests that. There's a chance they might have not reached that.
Even if it hits 2 million units, that's still significantly less than Air Riders. That's still significantly less than Mario Kart World. This game was still a disaster, and like more people are making fun of Sonic than ever. Like no matter what Sega does, they're fucked. Like it doesn't matter how well the game does. Like Sonic is a dying IP
An
with
additional
no
1
hope of
million?
recovery.
I find that unlikely because with the launch on the Switch 2, it's probably going to be picking up a lot of the slack since many people were waiting for it to be on there. And likewise, it's been an amazing turnout in the holiday season, topping all Western charts. Obviously, not when I say topping, I don't mean it was like number one, but it was up there. It was in the discussion for all of the charts online about best selling during the holiday season. And all of this, and we have still yet to get the Switch 2 physical version released. And
Nobody
obviously, the
fucking
Nintendo Switch 2
cares about the Switch 2 physical version. You could just get the Switch 1 version and then just download the patch onto it. You don't need the physical Switch 2 edition. Okay? In fact, considering it's probably going to be a game key card, it's probably more desirable to just get the Switch 1 version, at this stage, right? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, the physical version of the Switch 2 is gonna like make sales go through the roof. No, nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. Okay?
is a very physical, happy console, and it's one that's going to get the full game on a cartridge without a game key card. So that's going to be coming up, and it's not even part of this discussion in 10 days because it doesn't release till March. I don't know why all of a sudden there's all this news about Sonic Racing sales just blowing up online, going viral, but
I'm sure, yeah, they released a fucking investors meeting talking about it. Like, oh, I don't know why this happened. Maybe you didn't do your research. You claimed that like my Nintendo like didn't support cite their sources, but I was able to find the source. Like it's like you didn't do your due diligence. You just assumed that someone was making it up. When like, no, we have an actual statement from Sega indicating that sales were not very strong.
But this is all information from November, and now people think that this game failed during the holiday season when it was selling
It
at
did.
half the price and
It
near
did.
the top of so many charts.
Yeah, selling at half the price. Like, you do realize that means they make half the money. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't pull as much money. Like, people weren't willing to pay for it at full price. So they were just like, oh, we have to slash it to get those sales numbers up. And they couldn't even sell more than 1 million.
Confidently incorrect sentiment behind so many of these comments is just downright hilarious. Gosh, like even as I'm making this video and I'm trying to research something else, Go Nintendo joined into the mix. And sure enough, the first comment. Unfortunately, I think this is a case of Nintendo eating Sega's lunch with Mario Kart World releasing the same year. I feel like the same thing happened the year that Sonic Superstars and Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out in close proximity.
Okay, Mario Wonder is one of the best platformers ever made. And, like, Sonic Superstars is legit made by fucking RZS. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Okay, RZS is like the worst partner Nintendo ever had. Like RZS made some of the worst games Nintendo's ever produced.
Yeah, that did happen with Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder. But Sonic Superstars was not nearly as popular of a game as Sonic Racing Crossworlds was and is as it launched, nor was Super Mario Bros. Wonder as hated by the online community as Mario Kart World has been since its
Mario Wonder not hated by the online community. You must not be like in the same community I am. Because I saw tons of hate towards Mario Wonder. Like I think Mario Kart World hate is slated to end by like the end of this year. it's not going to survive like much longer. But like Mario Wonder Hate, yeah, it's continued for 3 years, and it's not going to die for a long while yet. Like I think even the expansion is going to put some more fuel on the fire to keep it going for a
its
while.
launch. These are two very different situations. And people are drawing conclusions based off of headlines that they are completely misinterpreting and completely misreading. And it's all thanks to these journalists that are just spreading this. And I think it's all because it randomly just popped up in first place.
Like, does he think he's not a journalist because he makes YouTube videos? Like, he does the. He's honestly way worse than like any of these websites. Like, I don't like these websites and I don't trust them, but like Nintendo is infinitely worse.
On Reddit. Genuinely, I don't know why this randomly popped up and made the rounds. Like, somebody tell me if they know. These documents were uploaded on December 4th. That's why I made my video on December 4th. Like, was somebody just snooping around trying to find something for Sega? Maybe they're like, oh, that quarter's ending. Let me see if Sega uploaded their IR information. And they clicked and they saw the presentation. They're like, this must be the most recent one because Nintendo's is coming out tonight. So they started to make news out of it? Genuinely, I have no idea why this is making the rounds right now. Even on like the same page, you scroll down, it tells you right here, February 13th, 2026, third quarter results announcement. You can't click on it. There's nothing there yet for this quarter. We don't know how well this game did in the holidays. All we know is that as of November 7th, the second quarter results, that's when the game had reached 1 million, and Sega expected it to do a little bit better. But I don't know how much more they expected it to actually do. I'm assuming if it hits 2 million by February, that's
Like, what is this dipshit thinking? Like, didn't it come out in like August or like around that period? Like, when did it first launch? Like, this game has already been on the market for like 6 months. Okay, like he keeps coping about the Switch 2 physical edition, like boosting sales, but like nobody fucking cares about that. This game has been available forever, and these numbers came out in November. Like, that's a pretty strong indication of how poorly it's doing. Like a pretty strong indication.
more than enough for them. And that's still a cause for celebration for Sonic fans. But there's just an insistence upon Nintendo fandom to beat down towards this thing just because it's like dares to challenge Mario Kart World, because they don't like competition. They cheer for Nintendo as they sue Pal World. So obviously, for Sonic Racing not selling as much as Mario Kart World, which it was never going to do, especially when you consider Mario Kart World was bundled with like 80% of all the Nintendo console sales. But even without that, it's freaking Mario Kart. There was never going to be a competition here. But I suppose in a year where everybody now looks at Nintendo fans as the meme of the gaming world, they seem to need some kind of way to pat themselves on the back so they can reaffirm their decision in supporting Nintendo, I guess. Anyway, yeah, this was actually not a planned upload, but I got another video coming tonight. And I will readdress the discussion about Sonic Racing Cross World sales numbers in 10 days when we actually get the numbers that it did through this holiday season. Not because I think the game is going to have sold better than Mario Kart World, it may not even sell better than Kirby, but because this is the best kart racer of 2025 in my opinion, and I think many people...
Oh, what a fucking dumbass. So not only do you misrepresent like sales numbers and make shit up about Nintendo, you also have terrible taste in games. Like, fuck off. Delete your channel, Dean.
Will share that opinion, so I'd like to actually have a level-headed point of view discussion on how well the game actually did in its first holiday season, instead of shrugging it off based off of outdated information from its first month of sales, and misleading so many people online to assume that the game has failed in its holiday season by randomly bringing in information from November.
First month. So like, okay. Is he implying that the Nintendo Switch 2 version is the only version? Because the other versions launched earlier in the year, and then like the Switch 2 version launched in October. So I think he's acting like he's pretending that the release date for it was in October, but that's not actually true.
So before the game even came out on the Switch 2, and before...
So like the bulk of the game sales were like way before Q2 that quarter ended. Like he's just kind of coping about this.
It had any discounts, which part of Sega's pricing strategy is always to have discounts. That's how they price their games. And that's even why I don't really care that much when they start their games off on a higher price of entry, because I know that they're going to discount it very quickly. And I even said it over and over again way back before the game even came out. I was like, if you guys don't like that early price point, this is the fee for early entry. By the holiday season, it will be significantly cheaper. And lo and behold, right now the game is significantly cheaper. It's the expectation of the customer when they go to the store. In Nintendo's case, they don't drop those prices, therefore it's more egregious when they start their games off at significantly higher price points. And that's why they deserve all of the hate and all of the backlash they get for their price points and their day one DLCs.
So Sonic Racing Cross Worlds actually does cost more than Mario Kart World. Okay, like if you buy the game and more and all the DLC, it's like $90. Okay, so like Nintendo is trying to cope and like justify why we should be complaining about Nintendo's price points, but not Sega's. Like this is a giant cope.
Whereas other companies do not, because I know that those prices are going to drop down for the most part. Still bad, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, clap for them because they charged at $70 and it sold 1 million units. That's annoying. But it's something that I can somewhat reluctantly accept because I know that price will go down within a couple of months. In any case, I probably have another video coming tonight. This one was unplanned, but I have another one that
Okay, I'm curious if we can find. Let's see. I'm gonna comb through his channel real quick. Why does it zoom in so much? Like I hate how close it gets to my face. Every time I shift things. Okay. Let's see. Nintending. Okay. Okay. Mario Kart World. Still no Mario Kart World DLC. Who actually played $80 for Mario Kart World? French fries. The vocal minority just booed Mario Kart World at the Game Awards. The Switch 2 needs first-party games. They ruined Mario Kart World. Let's see. Nintendo's already banning Switch 2. Fans winning. Split screen. Does Europe hate the Switch 2? Sonic Racing Crossroads is having a phenomenal year. Wrong. I'm curious if we could. Let's see. I'm curious if we can catch him saying that like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds will outperform Mario Kart. Let's see. Let's see.
disconnected somewhere in the third lap or something, but for the most part, it's been a very smooth experience with always a full group of 12 people. I can't speak the same for Mario Kart, but I've heard that there's a lot of times where bots fill up the rooms. Many people have been complaining that they can't get the full roster of racers, but granted, that game has like, 25 people racing versus the 12, so even if they get half of that, that would be equal to Sonic, so I don't know how to gauge it if it's 1-for-1 necessarily. But I've never had any issues finding races, and it always seems to be full, and it always seems to fill up pretty quickly, and I can do multiple races whenever I want to play. As far as I'm concerned, it's an active game. I've never got on it and been like, oh, this game's dead, there's nobody playing it. The one complaint that I might have is they have these festivals every few weekends where you're required to do the team stuff. I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but whenever that comes up, you can't really do the individual stuff, but...
See?
Much better than Mario Kart. Nintendo fans needed to come out and push some kind of narrative that Sonic Racing Crossroads wasn't doing too well, and pretty much the only concrete data that they could hang on to was Steam charts and how active the game was. Now, as somebody that's been pretty consistently playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds for like an hour or two every few days, maybe even jumping on for like 30 or 40 minutes and doing a few races and getting off at night if it's like 11 p.m. or something, the first thing most people will notice while playing this game is that while it does show an emblem if you're playing on console or PC while you're racing, for the most part, most people that are playing this game are console racers. Like, just based off of my experience, there's usually a PC logo next to my character, and then there are 2 or 3 other people that are playing on PC, and then almost everybody else is a console racer. Obviously, this fluctuates. And it completely makes sense. I mean, Sonic is historically not something that PC gamers are rallying behind. It's usually console gamers that enjoy this. So the Steam charts, they're not really an accurate depiction of how active this player
Yeah, so he's like he keeps coping. Like, oh, there's no information about the sales numbers, but Sega themselves said it didn't do well. Like, oh, that's just a cope.
Play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe quite a bit, we've all completely shifted over to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So even if there's a Switch 2 amongst us, and there's Mario Kart World amongst us, we tried it out for the first few weeks. We didn't really feel a big difference. We quickly shifted back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then when Sonic Racing came out, we've now completely converted to the point where we're no longer playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we're only playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. The game just left a very good impression on us in a way that Mario...
Things that didn't fucking happen. See? Yeah, what a joke. What a joke. All right, let's watching anti-woke. Let's see. Yeah, it's Vera Dark doing her thing. Oh, I'm on here. Okay, so I didn't check.
Like gay culture in general, which I think is way more important. I'm like, why that needs to be destroyed, how it's going to be destroyed.
Gay culture needs to be destroyed. All right,
Yeah,
buddy.
absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
the future is going to look like for the gay community, where it's just kind of like,
What is your hair? I don't believe that's hair gel. Like, did someone come on you? Like, that's not hair
kind of
gel.
falls apart based on their own actions and the simple fact that like
Ah, yes, gay people are self-destructive.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
everything that they tell you about themselves is not true. Okay, gay culture is not sustainable. It's not desirable. It's
What
not.
do you mean it's not sustainable? No one's paying for it. Like, what?
Reproduction, you fucking retard. A gay society would collapse within a single generation. This is not complicated.
How the fuck? How can homosexuality be sustainable? No one's paying for it, you dick.
Cool. It's not trendy. It's stupid.
Ah, yeah, being gay is trendy. Oh my god.
Yes, it is!
You sausage in my...
Like, that's the only reason it's happening. Like, it's just a fact.
Like, are you kidding me, my guy?
Okay, there's no reason to be gay. It's all just a giant coat. Visible only
Why are you gay? It's like...
to like pieces of media that try and promote gay culture and try to enable the lifestyle. And this has been like the trend for the past several years. So this isn't something that
He has the Mr. Incredibles haircut with the 15-year time jump. I know, right?
is I'm pulling out of my ass or anything, or something that seems to like, or like me just speculating. Like this seems to be like the general pattern. Okay, and like I do think
Yeah, you... Bro, that poor Pikachu.
gonna happen for Tamagotchi Life and Nintendo brand as a whole. This very well may be, a huge boat anchor around Nintendo growing as a brand in the future. This very well may be.
No fucking way Harman Smith said that. Like, are you kidding me? I was expecting Nintendo to be like, it's all fake news. Nintendo gonna destroy woke. Woke gonna be destroyed. Nintendo gonna survive. Like, I thought that was what he was gonna say, but like, he's actually thinking that Nintendo is gonna get destroyed by the gays. That's amazing.
Like an industry killing move, honestly, in this sense. Like the gayness. will
The
be-
gayness? Harman Smith in biology class. Ah yes, bend over and show your gayness to the class. Ooh, we got a chat. Thank you, I want to make females of agendas. Like, that's fucked.
Gay shit in games are a very vocal minority who want nothing to do with any actual video games, who don't care about them at all. And as a result of that, they're constantly on message boards like demanding Nintendo make everything gay, but
Mate, you're on 4chan. You have no leg to stand on.
they're
Bankai would suffer more, because, like, with
Yeah.
all this,
but like long term, like there's going to be this like massive drop off of interest, like, and it's entirely because.
Well, this is the thing. It's like if like if gay stuff is so big of an issue, why are you convinced it's going to be a hit? Like, if you've been
like momentum from previous games. So like not the vast majority of um Nintendo fans don't realize how like gay culture and like LGBT content is going to make the experience worse yet. And at a certain point, it's going to be like undeniable, and essentially people are going to start demanding for it to go away. And that's like already happening in film and like in other media, in education. But like it's going to happen to Nintendo too. That's kind of my point. Is that like eventually it is going to go away because it's not a good, healthy, sustainable thing. But like and that becomes more and more obvious as you like spend time around gays. But yeah, the gaming grift is a fucking retard. I always love when people are surprised when like I criticize Nintendo. By the way, it's like no, he hates gays more than he loves Nintendo. Yes, I do. Uh, I'm a hater to my core. Here we go. Shit. Mario Kart World gameplay. I haven't been playing it lately. I'm not. I got kind of burned out on it, so I don't know. I feel like I'm done with Mario Kart for now. Great game, but it's just like I don't know. I'd rather play other things. Like I gotta play New Super Mario Bros. U, man. I gotta write like the Dream Warrior, bro, which is coming along really well, by the way. Fuck the cattle have fangs. I'm working on like the Dream Warrior right now. So like so yeah, I'm gonna try to get the cattle have fangs done this year. I'm really anxious to get it out of the way. I am not a fan of this book at all. I think it's a disaster. I think it fucking sucks. I wish I never wrote it. I hate myself for writing it. It's been a it's been a travesty, man. It's been a travesty. Like I haven't worked on it, I think, in a month because I've been so busy with like the Dream Warrior and I mean, hopefully I'll be able to like get fired up and go back to it at some point. But like, man, I just do not feel it right now. I am not feeling like this was like a really draining project for me. I just don't think it turned out very well at all. Um, I am not happy with it like at all. Well, I did like pretty much everything I wanted to do in Mario Kart World. I got all the trophies. I got like like triple start everything. Like again, like I'll go back and do the time trials eventually, but I'm not super fired up about doing that right now. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, I don't have to do everything in the game to like get my money's worth out of it. So like every time I play it, I just end up playing online, and you know what? That's fine. Harman is secretly gay. Yeah, no. I'm so drunk. And every time I play this, I'm just like kind of taken aback by how good this is. Dumber and Dumber. Yeah, Dumber and Dumber 3 is taking place in my comment section, in my chat. Like, I gotta make $1 million off this movie because you're so stupid. People would pay me to watch it. Actually, they do pay me. They give me super chats just to see you make a fool of yourself. Okay, like someone's gonna give me $20 right now because you're such a dumbass. Here he goes. New Super Mario Bros. Downplaying is disgusting. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to like do a retrospective on this one because this has to be one of the most like disrespected Nintendo games of all time. Like I can't think of anything that's like sold this much that's been like disrespected like over the past decade. Like it's so bad that like news Wonder got shredded just for like being associated with it because it was a 2D Mario game. The Cody Lee persona is dead. Yeah, yeah. I don't use that persona anymore. There's no reason to. It's like I'd rather just like consolidate everything under one brand. Uh, like I don't know. It was kind of confusing because like I was doing the YouTube thing and having the novels like separate from that. It was I don't know. It was like it was kind of pointless in hindsight, but like for me, it was like kind of important to segregate the two because like it was avoiding the problem that I have now, where like people try and like make weird assertions about like my books based on things I've said in my videos when like they're not the same thing at all. It's really weird. It's very frustrating dealing with that, and it wasn't a thing before the YouTube channel, but mm, it is very frustrating. Like I'm selling so many copies and I'm making so much money. It's just, ugh, I don't know. It's just, yeah. I'll be glad when like I have a big enough fan base where I can have people kind of like defend my work for me. And that's already been happening. That's been happening already. But it's like it needs to get to the point where these people are just shut down like instantly. Uh, I've already won the Nintendo war, right? Like it's over. Like you guys are like just coping about like Steam all the time, and Nintendo's won. There's just no real recovery for Steam or for any of these other brands. Yeah, I keep screwing up the jump. Yeah, so basically I was able to prove that the Wii U won the console war, that the Switch has dominated, that there's no real competition for Nintendo. And the rest of the industry is kind of catching up to where I was like 10 years ago, well 12 years ago. No, 14 now. Oh shit. Yeah, 14 years ago, right? I realized what was happening in the industry and called it out before anybody else. These days people repeat my talking points about how PlayStation has no games and how like the movie game thing, like, I started the whole trend. Like people don't realize it, but it is true. Like, I won. I accomplished everything I set out to do in the gaming space. And now I'm just kind of like enjoying my semi-retirement. Because I definitely have not been going as hard as I did like back then. Yeah, it's kind of crazy like seeing like people on 4chan or whatever like acknowledge that I was like right about all this like 10 years ago. Because I predicted the gaming crash and I predicted like all this stuff, like the rising cost of games that are becoming an issue. Like, the decline of PC gaming is something that like a lot of people won't even accept, and it's happening now. Yeah, yeah, we're having the victory lap. Yeah, like honestly, like at this point, like I feel like what we're gonna see next is like the downfall of Nintendo. Because I feel like we're kind of at the point now where like they've won so much that they can't really go up anymore, and there's going to be some kind of downfall. But I don't know. I said this was going to happen when like Iwata died, and that was a very like rare Harman L, because I was completely wrong about that. I was expecting like changes to happen immediately, but it doesn't seem to have been that big of a deal. I don't know. It's just like you look at the Tamagotchi thing and you look at like Fire Emblem Shadows, and you're just like, if this is the worst like woke Nintendo will give us, like I don't think they're gonna have a problem, honestly, because it's so mild compared to what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? It's just like eventually when woke goes out of style, and it will. Like I've won every debate I've ever been in. Like it's not worth my time. Like who would I debate with? Who is big enough that it would be worth my time to go on? Like if it was like like I don't know, man. I've gone after some pretty big names, and they all like seethe about me. Like Review Tech USA, right? Like these days he obsesses over me constantly because he thinks I ruined his career, right? Like he blames me for that, and like, am I really supposed to like? If I went on there, with my like channel that's like more relevant than his is, um, like that would just be giving him a platform, like because people would tune into me, his view count would like probably increase like tenfold, right? Like people would tune in to watch me, and like that would just give his channel a boost. It's like it's not something I want. I don't want to prop up channels like that. It's very important to me that like Review Tech USA like fades into obscurity. But uh so what I have is soft power, right? So I release like my videos to my core group of video watchers, right? And they cover my content on other channels, and that spreads the word of Nintendo to like pretty much everyone else on the sphere. So what this means is that like I'm actually the biggest name in the Nintendo community because nobody else gets talked about as much as I do. Like for that reason. Uh like I don't need a high amount of subscribers when I have this many people like talking about my content daily. I don't need to make a lot of YouTube views when I'm selling so many books, right? Like I don't need like to have the traditional YouTube success to be like the most influential person on the platform. I took RTU side event originally when he fired Jay. Yeah. You get like one side of the perspective, right? You get like, the YouTuber's hot take, the YouTuber tells you that Harmon Smith is wrong, and then you slowly start realizing that like, wait a minute, like Harmon Smith is right about everything. Like you slowly start understanding that like what's actually happening, that you've been bamboozled by this retard who doesn't know anything about Nintendo, and that like Harmon Smith is like right about everything. Okay. Ah, shit. RTU ate a Steam Deck. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. I will yeah. So like I mean I think what's gonna happen is that like the activist shareholders are just they're very unfocused. Yeah, you can find like apparently like Jeffrey Epstein was talking about like investing in Nintendo to put the push like woke shit or like whatever. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but apparently he was doing that. Like, Epstein's dead now. Like a lot of the activist investors like 10 years ago are like dead or irrelevant now. Like, Klaus Schwab, I think, has stepped down from the WEF. Like Jane, well, I don't know how big of a deal Jane Goodall is, but like, she's dead. Like you have all these like, man, imagine being Jane Goodall and like spending your last like your last documentary like seething about Trump. That's just ridiculous. Fuck Jane Goodall. But um, yeah, you have all these guys who are like pushing these agendas, but like what you're seeing is like this transition away from like what they were doing like 10 years ago. So like I really think at a certain point that like the gayness will just kind of like implode upon itself and like people will start seeing through like they'll start becoming like more immunized to it and like like it becomes more transparent as to what's actually happening. I'm seeing more and more people talk all the time like acknowledge how like lesbians don't actually exist, right? Like that's very common, but like to think that, but like for the longest time they gaslit you into thinking it wasn't true, but like when you're around lesbians enough you realize it is true. So it's just they can't do anything to stop the inevitable, really. Like honestly, once we deal with like the education problem and like the job market, we're pretty much set, honestly. Shit, fuck. No, 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 no. Because like, no, Tamagotchi Life is gonna sell well in spite of the woke aspects that everyone hates. So it's gonna be the same thing that like happened with like Stranger Things and Netflix and shit like that, where like they started out like pushing gayness as like a normal thing, and like people ate it up for a long time to get to the content, but eventually it reached the point where people started being like critical of it and seeing it as like a political agenda, right? Like people started seeing through it basically. That's all that's gonna happen with Tamagotchi is that like first of all, everyone's just gonna ignore the gay options anyway. But secondly, the fact that they exist, I was talking the other day about how like, how much I hated like the other gender option in like some of the older Nintendo games back in the day. Like, it's gonna be like that. People are gonna be bitching about how dumb like tranny shit was like 20 years from now. And in fact, it's already kind of happening. So like I cannot make this jump. Yeah, I think GTA 6 being woke is gonna be like that's gonna be a huge thing to normalize like anti-woke sentiments in gaming. Like there's just no real demand for it, like with the actual audience. But Tamagotchi, at least, like it has the premise of like, well, you can do whatever you want, and like you can like choose to do it or not. With like GTA 6, it's gonna be forced on people, and I think a lot of people are not gonna be happy with it. Nintendo will crumble eventually. I don't know. Like eventually, sure. Like I'm sure everything falls off eventually. It's just a matter of like when and how it happens. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time at the pace they're going, but we'll see. I don't know. If you look at like Disney, like their decline took like I don't think their decline really like took off until like what 2000 like the 2000s. Like and they had that Disney Renaissance like just before it happened. So it's like in theory they could keep going for a long time, but we'll see. I mean, Nintendo makes way more shit than Disney does, honestly. Like just compare their like games to like Disney's film releases. It's kind of crazy how like Disney can't compete when they bought Marvel. Well, I think they were bad way before that because so if you don't know, they kicked off like Disney's last surviving family member off the board in like the 80s, and like that was kind of like that was kind of when the takeover started, right? Is when they were actually able to like start circumventing certain things, like one of Disney's mandates was no sequels ever. That's not something you see a lot them talk about today, but that was actually a big reason why they never did sequels, was because like Walt knew that like it stagnated them creatively because like people will just go to the franchise films and just ignore like the new stuff. So like that was a big deal. They started pushing like more woke aspects. Pushing bad values. Adapting like shit like stories. It's just like yeah. Here's a good example. Okay, so Princess and the Frog was the lowest grossing Disney film, right? Like everyone knows it, but like what Disney tried to tell people was that it was because it was hand drawn and that people only wanted to see like CG movies, but like that's not actually true. Like what actually happened is that Tiana is black and nobody wanted to see like a movie about a black chick. So like, the views tanked for that reason. Like nobody went to go see it and like they blamed it on like the animation style. And that's obviously a huge cope, but like oops, we actually made it that time. Wow. Toy Story was so much better than what Disney was doing. Yeah. So like Disney's been like falling off for a long time. Like even in the 90s, like the Renaissance wasn't that great. Uh Basically it was just like they just weren't producing the flops they were in the 70s and 80s basically. I actually watched Toy Story the other day and it is kind of shocking how good it is. Like how it tackles so many like topics and has relatively good like animation. It's creative, like it's actually innovative. It's not carried by the animation, which is something that like I was kind of saying that like for a while there is that like I think Toy Story might be carried by the no, it's actually like fairly solid. It's interesting world building. They came up with a fun concept, a fun unique concept. Yeah, Princess and the Frog. Yeah, like yeah, okay, I mean, that's how it starts, though, right? They make like innocuous shit that isn't like woke on the surface, like Fresh Prince, right? Like they make stuff that like people actually like, and then they like slowly like warp it so it's woke later. You know what I mean? Like so like with Princess and the Frog, they made sure to like avoid like the obvious pitfalls, right? They didn't make the white girl the antagonist, right? They tried doing this thing where they didn't bring up like Tiana's race at all. Like like they tried like presenting it as like a wholesome like friendship, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like the issue was like their intentions with that because that's kind of paved the way for like what they've been doing now where they're trying to like, well, we couldn't get people to care about Tiana as a character, so we're just going to make the popular characters black, and then we're just going to call you racist if you don't like it. Light racism, yeah, I'm going to have to like get a little bit more intense if you're calling it light, but yeah, like The Princess and the Frog was a woke subversion essentially. Like I feel like it probably wasn't very time period accurate. I feel like it wasn't really a yeah, I don't know. Like I gotta finish watching Coco. I popped it in and I got like really into it, but like I haven't gotten back to watching it yet. I think I'm gonna like get it like I don't know why more people don't do this. Like just get Disney movies at the library so you don't have to pay for them. Like fuck Disney Plus. Like just be like, oh, I want to watch Coco today. Like, boom, let's go get it. Like all you have to fucking do. I'm just like, ugh. You'd be dragged through the mug forever. Like I haven't been already. Like, unconsciously. What are you talking about? Like I'm very conscious about what I do. Pixar started failing when Disney bought them. When was that? Like, because they didn't own them right away. Yeah, when was that exactly? Yeah, we bitch about Disney so much these days. I feel like people don't really talk about the good stuff they do. Because like I don't know, I feel like a lot of their animated films are good. There's just a lot of bad ones too, which is the main issue. The Incredibles. I can't get over how The Incredibles is a better Watchmen. In the '90s. I think a lot of my favorite Disney films are from the '90s. Actually, I'm a big fan of Hercules and Hunchback and Tarzan. I don't. It felt like they had a good balance between stuff that was like geared towards boys and girls. Then, like honestly, man, I need to get like Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Actually, I need to watch that one again. Incredibles solos Marvel. Yeah. Like it's fucking insane when you watch that movie and they do shit that like you would never really think of. Like that bit where like that random henchman like figures out how to like find them in the water. That's crazy. Like, like usually you watch these movies and like the guys just kind of stand there and let themselves get beat up by like women half their size, but like that doesn't happen in The Incredibles. Yeah, I keep screwing that up. Yellow and Stitch. Yeah, I've heard about the remake of Lilo and Stitch. Like she goes to Hawaii to study like marine biology when I think Hawaiian natives actually get free college for that. So she's going to so she's abandoning Lilo for no reason in the remake. It's just like, are you fucking serious? Yeah, I don't remember Lilo and Stitch at all. Like people hype that one up, but I don't know if they're just nostalgic for it. Like that's the thing we're seeing like lately is that like people are trying to glaze the Star Wars prequels. Like, oh no, we all loved them when we were kids. Like, yeah, because you're an idiot who just kind of like watches. You know, I had that experience with Spider-Man. You know, like I watched it as an adult, and I'm just like, you know what, Mary Jane is a hoe. And I completely lost all respect for the franchise. Okay. I don't understand what's so difficult about acknowledging that Star Wars was never good and that you were just kind of like taken in by like the colors and like the idea of it. Mulan, I can't stand Mulan. Uh, it's been so long since I've seen Mulan. I don't remember what my problem with it was. Um, yeah, I don't like the girl power. Like I feel like Mulan is like '90s woke, where it does that thing where like girls should be war heroes too, and it's just like why? Like it's a dumb thing to like promote. I have an issue with that. And I know that's rich coming from me of all people, but Mulan is better than any Disney '90s Disney product. Yeah, it is not. Mulan is shit. I don't know if I can think of any '90s Disney movie I hate more than Mulan. So what? Zootopia was woke. Yeah, yeah. Zootopia is super woke. I've never seen it, but like, yeah, that's actually a super woke theme. The idea that like predators and prey can coexist together. Like Beastars did the same shit actually. Like this is probably the most insidious thing like I've ever seen. Is like equating racism to like anthropomorphic animals that like prey on each other. It's like it's really disgusting. Like basically the purpose is to try and gaslight you is that you have to try and get along even if like terrible things happen to you. Like and even if like it's not like possible to do, like you have to do it. Like fuck you. Like no. Like it's awful. Like Elemental did that too. Like they keep pushing like the racial angle with like their recent films, and I'm curious if like kids today are seeing through it. Like Zootopia 2 was pretty popular, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where like I feel like because they're animals, like people are like less threatened by it, or like they don't really see through it like as effectively as they should. Shit. None of their employees even know how to do 2D animation. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, meanwhile you have like 85-year-old like Hayao Miyazaki going out and putting out like The Boy and the Heron, which damn it, yeah, I couldn't go see it like because of the snow. I was so pissed. Like I was just like, yeah, we're gonna go see it. Like uh we did not go see Ponyo. I just didn't want to go like 2 weeks in a row. So like, you know, we're just like, yeah, Boy and the Heron, and then like it snows and then we don't do shit. It's just like so pissed. What a bummer. That 3 day period was awful. Like I hated getting snowed in here. Like it was just so bad. Yeah, honestly, like I would not be surprised if Beastars was more woke than Zootopia. Like Beastars is like the single most woke manga I've ever read, and like I'm kind of surprised that more people don't call it out on it because it's always like glamorizing like sex work and trying to like justify like having a woman having a high body count and trying to like pull all this stunts. Like Paru Itagaki is a fucking freak, and I will not stop saying that. Like she fucking sucks. Like that bitch got married and then produced a manga about a woman her age cheating on her husband. And I'm just like, that is fucking insane. That is like the stupidest thing. Like, really, I would have divorced her on the spot for that. That is like, what the fuck are you doing? Her dad's like one of those like ultra nationalistic, like old Japanese fucks too. So like, I guess that's like kind of what that attitude results in. So yeah, I'm kind of serious. I'm kind of curious, like what the next generation of Japanese are going to be like, because they keep doing this thing where like, oh yeah, like immigrants are welcome here as long as they follow the rules, and then they don't. So it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do now, you fuck? Like I don't know. It's just like, yeah, Lion King is like one of the reasons it's probably one of the all time greats is because it's like an adaptation of Hamlet with very little like modern influence on it. Like, is there anything woke about the Lion King at all? Like, I don't think so. How long have I been grinding on this level? I just don't get it. And getting caught on the edges of things is not going well for me. Oop, fuck. A sub boost view spike. Like I said, yeah, my views have been going way up lately. Thank you all. Thank you all for the support. But yeah, my views have been going way up lately. Yeah, the legal immigrant cult needs to stop. I don't want to hear it. Like they can go back to where they came from. I don't know. I don't know. They come here and then they just spend all their time around like people like them anyway. So it's like, what? Why are you even here? You know, just go back. And they all bitch about American culture anyway. It's just like, I like in a weird way, they're kind of more miserable here than they were back home. So like, whatever. I'm a fan. I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm fine with abandoning the cities. Honestly, it's like, what have they done? You know, like all like the degeneracy comes from the cities. You know, everything bad that comes from society like originates in the cities. It's like it's entirely their fault. They deserve everything bad that happens to them. They think they're hot shit because like someone else built the city like hundreds of years ago. Like, go fuck yourself. You're not special. You're not interesting. You're not living in a cool part of the world. Like, you are a parasite essentially. And I feel that way about natives too. Like, fuck your city. Like, I don't give a fuck about your city. I'm trying to like consistently get this jump, but I cannot figure it out. Ah, shit. It's a pretty long level. Yeah, it's a full minute. Yeah, everyone pretends they're from New York. Yeah, you say New York and everybody like thinks the city and not like the rest of the irrelevant state. It's just like, yeah, it's just like, hey man, like I'm in like the publishing industry. Okay, I write books. I fucking New York doesn't have shit. Okay, like oh, but the publishing industry is there. Yeah, the same people publishing like fucking like erotica and just like all this like weird Twilight porn. Like it's just like fuck you. Like you have no state taste. You have no standards. You're scum. Yeah, I can't imagine how bad New York is right now. Like it feels like everybody from like the lower classes there is just like completely brain dead. Like whenever I see like DBDR talk about it, it's always just like, yeah, guys don't even have driver's license. They don't want driver's license. Like it's just like I don't know. It seems really bleak if you actually like live there. The Epstein files. I've looked at them a little bit, but I didn't find anything interesting myself. Like I don't know, man. These guys aren't successful because they live in New York. Okay, like the vast majority of the population are like just fucking losers who think they're hot shit because like well like Wall Street is right there. Like nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares. Can't believe it's only 9:30. Um yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get up earlier. I might do like an early morning stream, like and cover like news topics, record videos. I don't know. I'm kind of struggling with what I'm gonna do going forward. Being stacked at a low cost of living. Yeah, I know. I'm actually like we were actually talking about this today. I'm actually probably in like one of the safest places in the US right now. Cause like there's very little diversity for one thing, and there's no way for the diversity to get to where I'm at. So like I bitch about there being no women and shit like that, but like the plus side of that is I do not have to deal with any of the nonsense that like everybody else is dealing with. Like it's fucking insane. Like I go anywhere and there's just like white people everywhere. And like yeah, they're fucking scum, but like at least they're white. You know what I mean? It's just like oh yeah, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. So like yeah, it's I bitch about it because it's a shitty area like in general there's like nothing to do but at the same time it's like well I own the house like I'm secure like I was thinking about this losing the job should have been like a life destroying thing for me like absolutely it should have but like instead like I've spent the past year just like working hard and like streaming building a channel like improving things bought the exercise bike I've been writing books I have like all the stuff planned it's like I'm getting a better job. Like I'll be getting a better job when I do get one. It's like, what exactly did I lose other than like, the fact that like, all the money that I could have made by staying there. It's just, I don't know, man. I saw this coming like, a mile away. I've been preparing for this since like I got hired there. So like I think at this point I'm pretty much set. Honestly. Like the only thing I need to do now is like stabilize my online presence so I can like fire up a stream, get like 1,000 viewers, get like I don't know, like make $5,000 a stream and I'll be good. Like if I could like make if I could ever make like Nick Rekieta numbers, I'm good. Yeah, so my numbers would actually be way higher right now if I was actually multi-streaming. Uh yeah, but I kept having problems with it, so I shut it off for now. Yeah, if they don't respond to me, I'm allowed to like do whatever I want and like kind of prove them wrong. But like if they engage with me, they just promote my content and make me more popular, you know what I mean? It's just they're doomed. Okay, they're finished. Like they're 100% fucked. Like our ReviewTech USA like isn't gonna like keep my name out of his mouth. Like every time he says it, like people realize that he's seething about me more and more. Because I'm skinnier than him. I'm more successful than him. I make more money than him. I get more hoes than he does. Like he's a fucking bum. Yeah, like I think the reason Rich is so angry at me is because like I keep producing like the Rich workout videos. Like, hey Rich, it's leg day. Like his community like legit sees about that. Like he they were not happy when I did that. Still waiting for him to fight Quartering. Wait, who? Review Tech USA versus Quartering? The two fat guys fighting? Hambly. Yeah, what's going on with the Quartering? Why is everyone clowning on him? Like, Kino Casino keeps talking about him, and I haven't been following. I never cared about the Quartering. I always thought he was a grifter. I don't know. Like, I feel like Review Tech USA versus uh Wings of Redemption would be way more interesting than like versus the Quartering. I don't know. Like that's kind of my thing. We know that like, Wings beat Boogie. So like I'm curious if he could beat Rich as well. Like Wings actually went out there and like killed it. Like Boogie was not taking it seriously. I don't know, man. I was thinking about like why I thought Wings was gonna Boogie was gonna win, and it really did just boil down to like watching PKA and hearing those guys talk about him. Because they make it sound like Wings is like a worthless human being. Like he is not as bad as Boogie is like the simple reality of it. And I would have known that if I had like actually watched them both, but like I don't know. You get a warped perspective on Wings by watching PKA or like clips of them because like they always like try to spin it like, oh yeah, we were doing Wings a favor. Like, no, you were using him for content. Like the reason why you didn't kick him off the show immediately was because he was bigger than you at the time. It's like it's all like very transparent and like they just kind of like they kind of do this thing like, no, we were really friends with him, man. We really cared about him. It's just like, no, you didn't. Fuck off. Like I don't know, man. I like Kyle especially is such a fucking sociopath. It's kind of unnerving. They all have that boomer mentality because they all got theirs years ago and they're just like I don't know, kind of like just posers now. They're not really with it. Yeah, maybe I should just end the stream early and work a bit. I kind of do want to. I kind of want to work on the book. Whoop, shit. Their favorite game is watching Harman Smith streams every night. Yep, absolutely. Like, I don't. My book sales have been going up. So like, are the haters actually buying and reading my books? Like, I mean, if they're here every night, they must be. Yeah, Review Tech USA like literally lives with his parents and has his mother cook his meals for him, and I'm just kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, fucking really? Haters are underage. I guess I could look at my analytics. I think so, actually. Hang on, I could legit prove it. Looking at my like analytics. Well, let's see. Yeah, we're talking about country of origin and ages. Well, I guess I have genuine fans too. Yeah, let's look at my analytics. Let's see here. Analytics. Let's see. Audience. Okay. Let's see. Okay. New viewers. Let's see. Let's see. Channels your audience watches. Nintendo, Player Essence, I Am the Zaire, Nintendo Prime, Dreamcast guy. All these guys fucking suck. Andre, Restart, Angry Vigilante, Joe from Seattle, Gar of the Rage, Kit and Krista. Switch Wars, Nintendo Forecast, Sneaky Cacti, Jason, and Uncle Al Plus. Yeah, all these guys fucking suck. Well, I like Nintendo Forecast, but like, yeah, viewers on YouTube. Let's see, ages, not subscribed, subs, age and gender. Okay, overwhelmingly male. Not surprising. Yeah, 18 to 24 years old, which is actually pretty suggestive because most people lie about their age online. So yeah, so 24 to 34 is the bulk of it. Yeah. Yeah, according to this, like the bulk of it is like people between 25 and 34. Okay. Where's the country of origin? Let's see. United States. Yep. Nobody outside of the United States watches. Yeah. The UK is number two, crazily enough. Like I shit on the UK so much that I'm kind of surprised by that. But I guess these are primarily English-speaking countries. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just end the stream and go to bed. It's just so like early for me, but like I got up so early. I deliberately wanted to like kind of change my schedule a bit. And I think this is gonna work out for me. I think starting around 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, and then streaming for a couple of hours is probably fine. I mean, I've been trying to spend more time like working on the books, so I don't know. This might work out for me. We'll see. That's right. I have a copy of Full Metal Alchemist I haven't read. I have like some movies to watch. I don't know what I'm doing. And maybe I should just chill and like work on the Dream Warrior or something. And the way things are going now, I think I'm gonna finish the Dream Warrior and then put out and then start editing the Cattle Have Fangs again. Part time at McDonald's. Why would you ever work at McDonald's? I don't know. Like even as a kid, I didn't want to fucking do that. Like it's weird to me that McDonald's even exists. Like just go to Chick-fil-A. Like why the fuck would I ever go to McDonald's? It's like a DEI company, isn't it? Yeah, people tend to stick at Chick-fil-A for a while. I was kind of thinking about that. Like you see a lot of the same people there. Like with McDonald's, it's always like someone radically different if you go. I of course haven't gone in forever because I'm not a fucking retard. For Dana White, really. Oh man, the UFC fighters are gonna come after me. Ooh, good thing I have my Pikachu to protect me. Wait, what? Yeah, I've been playing a lot less games lately, and honestly, I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. There's not really a whole lot I'm like really fired up about playing. Like Pokepia is coming out next month. Fatal Frame 2 is coming out next month. But like until then, I don't know. It's all just like Tales of Berseria is coming out at the end of the month, but like I haven't finished Zelia yet. I'm making obvious mistakes, but I can't stop. It's just too hardcore. You know, like this is too like peak video game. Uh, oh. I need to stop pausing. Like I need to just like let the chat run and just yeah, I think I'm ready to go to bed. I feel like I'm just not strong enough. The game, it's just beating me. Fuck. So harder than Ninja Gaiden confirmed? Like I think so. I can beat Ninja Gaiden. I can't beat this. Ugh. Ugh. Steve Bloom. The year is 2010. Now we're talking about 2015. Everybody graduates. Okay. Yeah, they don't let anyone fail. Like no one, because it looks bad on the school. I don't know. Like I feel like everyone successful just does stuff like outside of school, and that's why people succeed. Is kind of my mentality. Like you're either like a dropout or you're like an honor student. There really is no in between. Ooh, man, like I feel like this is all we've been playing for the past several days. It's just this Kino experience, this 10 out of 10 game, the game that won Wii U the console generation and won the console war for Nintendo. Uh, I think we're kind of burned out. It's all we've been playing lately. Is just yeah, I might be too tired. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm just not that into playing anything right now. I think I am just gonna end the stream. I don't know. I was doing so many like 6, 8 like hour long streams. I'm just kind of like it is kind of nice, just kind of chilling and doing other things. I do have to look at my 3D printer. tonight. Well, tomorrow probably. Yeah, I think I'm too tired. Ugh. Really unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna beat any of this. Honestly, I think we're just gonna keep doing what we've been doing and just keep getting like random games from the library and keep playing them. Like all of this is just stuff I'm struggling with for whatever reason. Yeah, I haven't even finished Fire Emblem yet, but like, yeah, I am ready for a break. Like I do want to like play less video games for the foreseeable future. It's not just because well, like I have a lot going on right now, but. Uh, I think I'm gonna go to bed soon. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Yeah, be sure to check out my books, my